Welcome. I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and today we have another Raid Shadow Legends video, guys. We are back in the Doom Tower. It's day 5, I guess, for Doom Tower advancement. So, as you know, I did my first day was on normal. So I've been progressing since then, going through hard, and kind of showing and summarizing everything that I'm going through on that. So once again, I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to do all the floors. Today the boss is going to be the Frost Spider. I don't anticipate a lot of issue from what I've heard about it. I think it's actually going to be pretty simple for me to pass through, but I do want to kind of look at it and go over the kit and stuff so you guys have an idea of what you're going to be running into or maybe already have run into. But yeah, let's go through. Let's enjoy the struggle together, guys. Okay, guys, we ran through those waves pretty easily. I decided to bring in Seer to help just kind of move through those a little faster this time. I think that was successful. Definitely ran into some problems. There's a stage with some Seers that was problematic. There's a stage with a couple Crutraxes that was not very pleasant either. So there's definitely some tougher stuff as we're going along, but we still haven't hit that spot where I'm personally stuck. But I can easily see a lot of the player base being really stuck on some of these waves here. But, you know, the great thing is you don't waste keys trying it again. You can always bring in whatever champions you want. So, like, I could have slow rolled these 12-minute runs, bringing in a Valkyrie and battle Khazar, and probably that's it. I probably would have gotten through it. Might have taken a while. I mean, there's a few reliquary tenders in there. I think I saw a cardinal or two. So there's definitely some interesting mechanics going on with those waves that are definitely going to prove a challenge for everybody. I'm dreading going up the next few floors. Anyway, we're here to the Frost Spider. I'm real excited to see how this works. Now, there's a couple things I do know ahead of time. I've been trying not to like know too much how this works. There's a couple things about this I do know. One, you need HP burn in order to kill this stupid thing. Or you need a block reviver. For some reason, that works as well, which, you know, quite frankly, is a little disappointing because I have a Lydia. That means this spider ain't coming back to life once I put him down. So there's going to be a couple ways I can go about doing this. We're going to try at least one right now, and then I might try a couple others just to see some different things, because I think this could be a more fun fight, bringing HP burn. I really like using HP burn. So Ignatius is going to be amazing. Elder Skarg might be really good. Drexthar could be amazing. One of the interesting things is the spider has a huge resistance, but once you put HP burn on it, it goes to almost nothing. So that's going to be a pretty big factor, getting that HP burn out at all. We'll run it and see where we're at. So here we go. The thing is, don't need Ignatius because of that. So let's minimize myself. Ah, get out of the way. All right, there we go. So we're just running through right off the bat. Shouldn't be too hard. Honestly, all I need is Ethos to finish that off. All right, let's pause it. Let's look really quick and see exactly what we're dealing with on this kit. So, attacks all enemies on the A1 and decrease accuracy. Sweet. A2, attacks all enemy, places block buffs. Ooh. And heal reduction. Ooh. If they're under a freeze. If they're not under freeze, then that doesn't happen. Decrease speed debuff, decrease attack debuff. If you're not under freeze. Okay, so no matter what, it's going to be unpleasant. And then removes all buffs from enemies and then attacks them. Places a freeze, 100% chance. It's only 50% of chance they're under an HP burn. And fills the turn meter by 20% for each freeze debuff placed by this skill. Okay, that sounds completely awful. When attacked, has a 20% chance of placing a freeze debuff on the attacker for one turn. Increases defense and resistance if you're not under a HP burn debuff, and revives Sorath with 50% HP full turn meter, and all cooldowns reset if killed while not under an HP burn. Also spawns 2 spiderlings. All right, cool. So, yay! Let's just toss it on Lotto and see what happens. This is probably the fail, right? Resisted, nobody froze, debuff block, extra turn from Ethos. Cool. All right. Well, we all resisted that first freeze. That's good. So the accuracy, this is the first time through, the accuracy probably not that high. We did get a freeze there on Ignatius, not the best. Now we have our block debuffs up. That's good. There you go. Block debuffs looks like it's going to be pretty key as far as keeping most of those debuffs off of ourselves. Did land some. You notice a lot of the buffs haven't landed because they're not on an HP burn. There we go. We do get the HP burnout from Ignatius. At this point, it looks like everything's gonna kind of land, and we're gonna do some damage, affecting the spiderlings. Spiderlings can get provoked, which is kind of cool. I'm not seeing a whole lot of issues with this. This looks painfully easy right now. Like, I'm not, literally haven't done anything but clicked auto on it. The other enemies seem to have been tougher in the past. Now, one of the advantages, you can see finally get some debuffs out there. One of the advantages to having Ignatius is he doesn't need accuracy to land his debuff, that HP burn. It's just kind of automatic. Definitely get the feeling that that's going to be something we're going to want to have in order to make this work. is, I think especially at higher levels when the resistance gets really high. You don't want to wait on RNG to be able to land that HP burn. There it is right there. Something that also might be good, a debuff extender, strangely enough. I can really easily see someone like a Vizier being very strong in something like this. But yeah, this doesn't prove to be very difficult right now. Now, that said, we have, you know, some kind of resistance going on. We're resisting most of the debuffs that are being thrown on us. So without the block debuffs on our champions, could be much harder. And there you go. You saw that deny where Lydia refused to allow them to come back up. That is that mechanic right there. That's that animation. Looks like Lydia's, not the HP burn. So it's a little disappointing, quite frankly. Okay, that wasn't too hard. I mean, first time through. That's the only time I've ever beaten this in the first time through. Let's go ahead and try this a little bit different. There we go. All right, now we're at the boss. So let's go ahead and see what we do. Let's get the deep block debuffs. I think that's the place to start for sure. And then decrease defense and weaken. Did not land it, so you can see already the resistance level is really high to start. I wanted to try and get that HP burn, but obviously we weren't there yet. Let's try and get this going. Not there yet. That's okay. Go ahead and do a little max HP work there. I don't think we're gonna be able to sleep. Can't sleep him, so that's okay. Did get HP burn. That's the great part about Drexthar. When he gets hit, he has a chance to place HP burn. Well, now we got it on. Now it becomes almost elementary, much easier. Get the poisons, get the decreased attack. That's simple right there. Beautiful thing. Yeah, we can just go ahead and whack him up a little bit there. Let's go ahead and sleep on the spiderlings. Yep, we can do that. And now I want to use this. This places HP burn for 2 turns and True Fear debuff on all enemies if it gets 3 extra hits, and it gets an extra hit for each debuff, or buff. So we should go ahead and drop this on the spider here. And you can see the HP burn goes out on everybody. We get True Fear on the spiderlings, which is great. And basically, I think this is how we're going to go. Now, he removed all those debuffs, looks like. I don't know if that's his passive ability. It does look like we can affect turn meter too, which is interesting. Now, I am curious where those buffs went. I know there's something I'm just missing. That's gotta be it. I haven't even seen what the spiderlings can do. I think they put out that decreased defense, that weak version of it. But you know, once we get to higher levels, it's obviously going to be tougher. But dude, Drexthar is great. I don't even need to bring in an HP burn. He gets hit and the burn goes on. It's great. Like that's what I like to see. Obviously, it's getting that first one on. That's going to be the challenge. And after that, it should be pretty much cake. I think what I'd like to do is try this with a turn meter reducer, like a Lysandra. I mean, obviously, you could bring in a lure, because if he never gets a turn, that's great, right? That's even better for us. So, oh, guess he wasn't under HP burn in that case. Click auto again, let it kind of work. Oh, it must be the spiderlings are the ones that can remove it. So my guess, it must be this spiderling that can remove those buffs or debuffs. So that's an important thing. So probably killing the spiderlings is a good idea. I mean, obviously it's a good idea, but that seems like that might be a major factor as far as surviving it. So let's go and see if we can't crack him down. Almost finished there. You can see the debuffs are on forever, so this should not revive him. And it doesn't. Perfect. So keeping that HP burn on means no revive. The spiderlings are the ones that are cleansing him, so taking them out is a good place to be. And let's see what we can do with turn meter reduction. With that burn on, all those debuffs are just landing like crazy. And we'll take that turn meter down to 0. Sleep. Drop that again. Alright, I think we can kind of auto it now. Having Lysandra in there for the turn meter control, it's very helpful. Like I said, we could probably do it with an allure as well. I know I'm using Feign as like a single target debuffer, but using a AoE champion for that would probably be really good. Taking out those spiderlings, I think, as we get farther along, is going to be more important. But yeah, this is pretty. This is not hard. The hard part is landing that HP burn to start. I think that's the hard part. So what you want, obviously, is either high accuracy, or you want a champion that's going to place it automatically. Elder Skarg is great. Ignatius is fantastic. Drexthar is really good, even though it's not automatic. He gets enough attempts where it should be without question. Yeah, easy breezy, guys. Simple, simple, simple. Wow, Frostbiter is a little disappointing in the difficulty, but that's okay. It's only going to get harder as we go along. So it's cool mechanic. I like that. It's just, when that spider gets faster, I think that's going to make it a lot tougher. And as the resist goes up, it's going to definitely cage it based on the champions you have. Now, this is an interesting one, guys. I don't know if you're aware of this. Epic Lizardmen only. Oh, they're level what? 230? Cool. I have 2 people at 60. I don't even know if they have all their gear. I literally have 4 options here. I think there's only 6 options in the game. This one's ridiculous. This is like just ridiculous. All right. What can we do here? Like, I literally don't even know. I have no idea what we're doing with this one. Like, is this possible? I don't know. 100%. I don't know that I can get through this first wave. I'll just click auto. We'll see. I don't know if I can get through this first wave, guys. Who has level 60 epic lizardmen? Epic lizardmen. I can't even bring in rares. Just epics? Look, I was listening to my clan kind of complain about this one last night. And I'm gonna say this one thing. This is ridiculous. There's literally 6 epics, I believe, in the Lizardmen. There's hardly any. They're not good. This becomes an incredible challenge. And that's fine. It's fine to have an incredible challenge. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, like seriously with the struggle. You know what I mean? This is the Doom Tower. It's supposed to be hard. But there's 2 big issues I have. One, the jump from the previous secret room to this one is ridiculous. And it's a real shame that this is the jump that we have to make. First off. We went from defensive champions, of which there are tons, to epic lizardmen only. That's a huge leap in difficulty, just on its own, right? Not only does it gate the community, because who has a bunch of level 60 epic lizardmen, but then you don't have a lot of options in there. There's hardly any in the faction to begin with, so that's kind of ridiculous. That said, okay, you want to go that, fine. I get it. It's supposed to be difficult. I don't really have a problem with this being difficult. I have a problem with the gatekeeping on it. The other thing is, can we get some more options here? There's literally 6, and there's only 1 that's really any decent that people actually level up all the way to 60. All the rest of these people don't build because they're not good. So I don't know why we're doing that, as opposed to, say, this, where we have a choice of champions, right? Or even barbarians, where there's a choice of champions. Pretty much every faction, even Ogryn, there's only 9 of them. That's like 50% more. There's just no epics. The only one worse would be dwarves. And quite frankly, I would have preferred dwarves because all 5 of these champions I could see using. Or if you're going to say epics, at least give us the option of bringing some rare champions along with it, But this really limits us. It doesn't give us a lot of options. It also doesn't give us a lot of creativity because we don't have that options of building unique teams and finding unique ways to conquer this. Like I said, I'm okay with stuff being hard, but we are only floor 40. Everything else has been really great so far in the Doom Tower. That's unfortunate. My hope is though that these secret rooms requirements are going to change every month. Hopefully, like the next one will be a little bit easier to get to. But I mean, if they really don't want us to get those fragments for that champion, but this is harder than any other level, any other floor in the dungeon so far. This is the hardest part. And my understanding is the bosses are probably supposed to be harder than the secret rooms. So that one needs a little bit of rework. But you know what? I mean, it's okay. I'm just going to skip it. Maybe I'll level up some of those champions. Maybe I'll get myself ready to do it, and I can do it later. But I mean, truthfully, like to beat the Doom Tower, the idea is you should have most every champion ready to go, right? Maybe not all the rares, but all those epics, yeah, maybe you should have them done. And that's kind of the idea, right? Be super, super hard. Just this is a little early to be this hard. Not a fan of that. Definitely, I know it's been reported to the Diamond. Hopefully they will look at it and change it in the future, change it in the next tower, maybe even change it in this tower. I doubt it, but you know, one can hope. But it's okay. I figured we're going to start hitting our wall soon. My guess is this floor is going to start getting really tough. And as we kind of go forward, I figure my account, I'm probably going to get stuck maybe around here, like floor 70, maybe floor 60 or so. Which is fine. That's good. That's where I want to be, you know? Partway up the hard tower. That's a good idea. So anyway, guys, that's today's video. Hopefully this was fun, interesting, helpful for you. This boss is way easier than I think it's supposed to be. You can bring block revivers to keep it from reviving. Get your HP burns just so you can, you know, land debuffs and stuff. They're still pretty tanky. A lot of HP on the spiderlings, a lot of HP on the spider itself, so it's not going to be quick and easy, but it's also not crazy hard, you know. There's a ton of HP burn champions out there, guys. You can go with Coffin Smasher. You can go with Bulwark. You can go with... but I think the best ones are going to be like Drexthar, Elder Skarg, and Ignatius. All three of those are great HP burn champions. I think Tila Gormain might be one. So there's lots of options as far as HP burn. Speaking of Tila Gormain, the reason why I brought her up, there's a 10-time event this weekend, guys. 10-time summon event. I do not recommend you do it. I know they are champions that are, the idea is they're good for this. In general, though, they're not great summon champions. I say save your shards. We have a fusion. The Christmas fusion starts on Monday. So you want to start getting yourselves ready for that. That means save your food, save your shards. That's going to be the one you're going to want to get yourself ready for. But yeah, that's what's coming up, guys. Hopefully this is enjoyable for you. Till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.